Cody Norman's um, favorite things and memories. Your host, Mr. Rock. Hope everyone's doing wonderful out there in the wonderful world of YouTube. Just need a couple minutes before we start. So yeah, today would have been the 1 year anniversary of Cody Norman's death, aka my roommate. We recently also did a video of him literally like 3 weeks ago when it was his birthday. This is literally just a celebration of life. So yeah. So just need a couple minutes and then technically we're gonna get into it. We'll make sure that we're live. Looks like we are. Okay. Okay. Okay, it looks like we're live. Okay, good. So where we left off, we were talking about Cody Norman's hat collection, which that was one of his favorite things. Like I said, he literally had probably close to 200 hats. Um, so yeah, and like every time he literally got paid, he would go buy a hat at Lids or something like that, or he'll buy it off a friend or whoever. But yeah, like I remember walking to Cody's room as a roommate and literally going, "How many hats do you have, buddy?" And yeah, um, so yeah, other things that he loved, Chirp Boys. He was a big fan of Chirp Boys. Um, like I remember one time there was a season of Chirp Boys that happened on his birthday. He literally told me straight up, cancel any freaking plans. Me and you are gonna freaking binge watch this show all freaking day. And it was on Netflix or something like that. So I remember that. So it was like the later seasons. But yeah, like Cody loved Chirp Boys to the max. Um, I'm not sure. Hey, Aaron. Hope all is well. Uh, Dropped a like. Thank you, Aaron. But yeah, and like I said, his other show was Trailer Boys, and like it happened on his birthday. I remember him telling me straight up, any plans that you have, cancel them. We're gonna watch Trailer Boys all day. We're gonna smoke dope. We're gonna drink and everything else." And that's exactly what we did. We smoked a couple frickin' joints, and we literally drank all frickin' day that day. You know, it was actually quite fun. But yeah. Um, Another freaking thing about Cody. He was more of an outdoorsman. He didn't like the indoors. He loved the outdoors. He was more of an outdoorsman kind of person. Loved hunting, loved fishing, loved driving boats. Um, Even though he shouldn't be driving a boat because, well, and also other vehicles, but I'm not going to go into the whole entire story about that. But, yeah. Um, I remember one time me and Cody and I think Dee Dee and Pete all went to the Chicago Bulls game. Um, that was really awesome when me and Cody went to the Chicago Bulls because me and Cody were cheering the Chicago Bulls on. Pete and Dee Dee didn't give two cares about anything, but yeah. But like Chicago Bulls won, and then right after the game, me and Cody were hugging it out. And like I said, Cody was not a hugger. But if it was a special occasion or something like that, we'll hug it out. And that was also another good thing about Cody. So I remember technically it was like I think it was like 116 to 110 or something like that. Chicago Bulls won. It was a really good game too. So um, they're playing the Minnesota Timberwolves. So uh, but yeah. Um, Other stuff that Cody loved. He loved Fast and Furious movies. The last movie I ever seen with Cody was probably Fast and Furious. I can't remember if it was 7 or 8. In a way, probably 7. I like to say 7, but yeah, we went to go see that in the movie theaters. Um, I was never a big Fast and Furious fan, to be honest. I like the first 3, and then technically the series went downhill. For Cody, it was his life. Fast and Furious was almost like his life. If there was a new Fast and Furious movie, he would literally frickin' pay whatever to go see it. You know, and yeah. Also, that's the other thing about like him playing GTA. Like he needed to have all the Fast and Furious cars. He needed to have frickin' whatever, and he did have them. You know, when you played GT Online with him on Xbox, he had all the Fast and Furious cars, everything like that. Um, but yeah, and he was also big into rims. I remember Cody used to love rims on cars, so he'd be like, "Check out these rims, check out these rims, check out these rims," and it's like, okay, what car? What rims do you think will go on this car? And I'll just be like, okay, so. Um, uh, but other stuff that he loved, Pepsi. He loved Pepsi, and when I mean loved, I mean he'll buy cases of it like constantly. So he loved that. Trying to think. Loved dope. Like I said, big pothead. You know, but at the end of the day, that he was using it to meditate and medicate in a way. I Cody was in a lot of pain. You know, so um, and yeah, I'm trying to think of other good memories of us in a way. There's a lot going through my head, but like it's kind of hard. Like there's been times where me and him would sit in the car, and then technically he'll film us and everything else, acting stupid, just for the hell of it. And then technically there was a few times where technically we'll do like if we got really drunk and high, me and Cody would do high man, and fanboy, where I'll literally talking to a fan in a way. I'll be fanboy and he'll be high man. He's like, you want another joint?" And I'll literally talking to a fan. "Hell yeah, I do." And then we'll smoke up and everything else. So yeah, like we used to do shenanigans like that, and yeah. Um, Trying to think of other stuff. He was a big, like, even though people don't know about Cody too much, he was also a big wrestling fan, but he never liked to admit that he was into wrestling. Like, his very favorite wrestlers were the Hardy Boys for a tag team, and his solo wrestler was Sting. He used to always tell me that because I used to talk about AEW with him quite a bit, and he used to be like, "Oh, Sting's in AEW. Ooh, I might have to watch that." Or the Hardy Boys when they came to AEW. I knew that he was sort of watching it here and there because he would tell me about it the next week, you know. And yeah, that's something that technically some people didn't know about Cody. Even like Preston doesn't know about that because technically he literally kept wrestling a secret because he didn't really think wrestling was kind of cool in a way, but he still liked it because he thought it was cool, but his other friends didn't. So uh, he loved his BMX. He would ride that BMX until the day he frickin' died, and I'm not joking. There was one time I swear he rode his BMX for 20 straight hours, and I even told Cody, "Are you gonna come home anytime soon?" Because I was living with him in a way, and I literally had to literally go talk to like Nancy and Jen and say, "Cody hasn't been back yet." And he was like, "Well, can you get hold of him?" So I went and called his cell phone. He's like, "Yeah, don't worry, I'm on Pemina Highway or whatever, and I'm just riding my bike. I'll be home soon." Literally 3 hours later, he pedals home right around midnight, and it's like, holy shit, how long have you been gone? you know, and that's just the way how he was. Like he'll pedal forever, and Cody's favorite summer is probably. Cody's favorite season was summer. He loved the summertime. Let them go out on the beach, pools, everything else like that. You know, I remember his parents used to own a pool in a way, so Cody used to literally invite me over quite a bit. Um, Cody also used to love strip clubs from time to time. I remember me and Cody used to go quite a bit to strip clubs and all that shit. Um, but at the end of the day, most people would actually, so it's not like, you know. Um, I know this is kind of a hard video for me to make because I'm trying to remember what I said in the previous one, so I'm not kind of repeating myself too much. Um, yeah. Cody was a big fan of the movie Scarface. Um, that was probably, I would say, probably one of his top five favorite movies. I don't know what his favorite movie was besides Fast and Furious. I think Fast and Furious would probably be his number one, but Scarface is definitely in his top five. I remember straight up he used to tell me that he wants to buy everything from the movie Scarface. He wanted to buy the mansion, he wanted to buy this, he wanted to buy that, and I'll be like, Cody, you know that mansion literally costs like freaking like millions of dollars, and he's like, yeah, I know, but technically, wouldn't it be awesome if I literally owned it? I'm like, yeah, even I would love to own it, you know. But at the end of the day, you know, and so yeah. Um, Cody was more into literally like for music. He was more into like hip hop and also like electro music, like clubbing music. That's where I kind of learned a lot of like hip hop from. Was from Cody. Cody would literally tell me bands like T Pain and all this stuff, and I'll be like, who? And then you'll have to learn, and then you'll show me like a clip, and that's the one thing I loved about Cody is that I actually got to learn quite a bit from him that I would never have known because I don't literally listen to this stuff, you know. And Cody literally showed me like some of this stuff. Um, Also, another thing, Cody was social media friendly. If there was a new app or anything like that, Cody was on it. You know, Cody wanted me to join TikTok in a way, and I literally told him no in a way. And I remember him literally saying, "Come on, man, TikTok, TikTok," and I'm like, "No," you know. It was already bad enough. He got me to literally subscribe to like Snapchat and everything else. He's the one that literally freaking got me literally signed into Snapchat. He created my account for me. He's like, well, technically, I'm going to create this account for you and everything else. He created my Instagram as well, if you must know, and a few other accounts. But yeah, I kept those accounts going. I just had to change the name, of course, because technically it was always using my real name. And I'll be like, well, Cody, don't use my real name. And he'll be like, well, people need to know who you are. It's like, yeah, but security reasons why I don't really like using my real name, like, for the whole entire purposes. Like, I don't mind technically using it, like, like under it, but the main freaking thing, yeah, you're just asking for trouble sometimes. But yeah, Cody used to do that quite a bit. And yeah, he literally created my Instagram with my real name and Snapchat with my real name before I changed the names. But yeah, he's the one that always used to tell me about new apps, new everything, you know, that was always up. Like, even Facebook. I'm not even joking. I didn't even know about Facebook until Cody mentioned it to me. He's like, well, technically, you gotta check out Facebook. And this was literally like in the early years, like 2011, 2012. That's when I actually joined Facebook. And yeah, for the first time. And he's the one that told me, well, technically, yeah, you know, you can communicate with all your friends here and everything else. And I'm like, Facebook, what? And don't get me wrong, Facebook's been out for like several years at the point, but I was always behind when it came to social media and everything. And that's the thing about me, you know, I was always behind literally like the ball, kind of, when it came to stuff like that. Um, uh, Trying to think. But don't worry. But like bands that also Cody I liked. He loved AC/DC. He loved Guns N' Roses. He loved Nirvana. Um, I'm trying to think of the other ones. Like he loved like a mixture of music as well, and that's all because of me. Cody also loved his country music. You know, um, but that's typical because at the end of the day, like I said, he was kind of a country boy. So you know, I don't know who Cody's favorite country music singer was, but at the end of the day, I just remember technically him listening to like stuff like Toby Keith, like I liked Brooks and Dunn. I think he listened to Alan Jackson one time and stuff like that. Um, so, uh, but yeah. Um, but before he died, he literally tried to got he got himself a Nintendo Switch, and we were supposed to play Nintendo Switch together. Um, that never happened, of course. But I think he literally told me that he was big into this game called Ghost Runner before he died. And I'm not making any jokes about it, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. You know, I've never played Ghost Runner before, but I remember that was one of the games he got, and also some NBA game when he bought his Nintendo Switch. And like I gave him a few games myself before he died. I already talked about that, I think. So kind of wish that technically we actually did play Nintendo Switch together. Wish he didn't die so young, but it is what it is. You know. Um, I know technically Cody was trying to build a house before he died, so and he was kind of getting there. But at the end of the day, he had the windows all set up. He was telling me about lights. He wanted to get Scarface posters all hanged up in his wall. I remember that. And I'll be like, well, that's quite expensive. He's like, I don't care. It's a great movie. It's like, okay. Um, trying to think. He also had a cologne collection. I forgot about that. I think I did talk about the cologne collection, about me spraying it. But yeah, he loved like buying colognes as well. He would get colognes off literally like girls and all that stuff, or his parents. Like girls would buy him bottles of cologne and say, "Well, here you go, here you go, here you go." And after a while, he had like freaking 300 bottles of cologne sometimes. You know, and that's in a year. He'll have like 300 bottles of cologne. In a month, he'll probably have about 40, 50 bottles. You know, and that's just the way how he was. You know, and sometimes he didn't get cologne, but sometimes he did. And when he did, he'll get like in huge amounts. Um, but yeah. Um, trying to think. Also, another thing that Cody loved, and I'll never forget this, was cheese. Cody loved cheese. And I remember one time I came walking downstairs in the middle of the night in a way, and I caught Cody literally eating a freaking brick of cheese that was like this freaking big. He literally spent 5 hours eating this freaking big brick of cheese, and nothing but the big brick of cheese. This was actually supposed to be used for our freaking nachos in a way. Nachos and like other foods and all that stuff. Like for the week. And Cody's literally eating it in literally less than 5 hours. And yeah, and you're gonna say, well, did you time him? No, I literally came back. I went upstairs, came back, and he was still eating it. And literally 5 hours later, he was actually done the big brick of cheese. And I'll be like, Cody, what the hell, man? Why'd you eat that much? He's like, well, technically, it was good, you know. And I think it was like cheddar cheese or something like that. But yeah, he just loved to eat cheese. And I swear, the boy could eat more cheese than most people could actually even eat in one freaking sitting. And yeah, um, Uh, but yeah, he also loved. Like I said, he was a hunter, so he loved guns. There was one time we bought a BB gun in a way at Walmart. He literally freaking spray paints the whole entire gun, makes it look real as well, nice and almost like real. Because he literally puts metal. He literally changes the fucking gun out to make it look like a real gun. Like he changed the plastic to make it metal. He spray paints the freaking gun, and then shows me it. And then he's all like, and he literally says this too. And honestly, it's not a joke in a way when technically people are talking about this. And so I literally got concerned, and I literally told Cody, "Don't freaking do it." He literally talked about offing himself right then and there, and he was making a goddamn joke out of it at the time. But at the end of the day, he's like, "I got a gun here. I'm gonna freaking do it, man. I'm gonna do it." And then he literally shoots the gun, and sure enough, a BB freaking flies out. I'm like, "You gotta be freaking kidding! It's a BB gun?" He's like, "Yeah, man, it's just a BB gun. What the hell did you think it was? You thought it was real?" I said, "It looks damn real." He's like, "Yeah, I changed the frickin' stupid frickin' things out on it. I changed the plastic, made it metal, and I spray painted it." I just went, if you were like, are you that stupid? If a cop seen you with that damn gun, you would have been arrested. I told him, He's like, "Well, you mean it looks that real?" I'm like, "Yeah," you know. So the only reason why I bring that up is because technically that was the one time that I thought Cody was actually gonna die before he actually did, you know. That literally only happened like 2 years, 3 years before he actually did die. You know, I remember being concerned about him. Um, Trying to think other memories. I remember we went to the movie Straight Outta Compton because technically I was old. I'm more into old school rap in a way. And so was Cody, so was like Preston. So we all went to the movies one time with my mom. And I remember Cody literally freaking singing along in the movie theater. He was singing along to the goddamn song. He's all like, "Fuck the police coming straight from the underground." And I'm just going, "Oh my goodness, Cody, are you gonna get thrown out of the goddamn movie theater because you're literally singing the song so goddamn loud?" But that's the way how Cody was. If there was a movie literally like playing in the movie theater, and he liked the song, he will actually sing along to the goddamn song, and people would literally tell him, "Hey, can you be quiet?" And he'll be like, I'm liking my song, man. I'm in the mood, And I just remember that because that was literally one of the freaking funniest freaking things, because technically, you know, like Cody actually got the whole entire movie theater, and I'm not joking. He got the whole entire movie theater to sing "Fuck the police coming straight." And there was literally probably about maybe 100 of us in there, but it was literally freaking funny as hell. And I remember literally going to the movie theater and literally do with him and literally seeing that, and yeah, you know. But Cody's the one that always started it up, though. He would like if there was a song that he liked, he would sing along to it. You know. Uh, Cody was also a big fan of old-fashioned cars. He loved classic cars. Also, another reason why he liked Fast and Furious. Because the very first Fast and Furious movies had the classic cars. That's why I liked them, because I was a big fan of classic cars. Later years, they just kept on. They were throwing a classic car here and there, but it was mostly all brand new cars half the time. That's where it kind of killed the freaking feel for me, you know. Um, but yeah, um, I remember technically, I can't remember what kind of car his dad owned, but I remember Cody used to tell me that his dad owned a car and he really wanted that car in a way. Um, so, so that was kind of like Cody's dream car was his dad's old car that he had. So, um, maybe one day technically the family could tell me what that car was because I can't remember what it was. But yeah. Um, But I think that's where I'm probably going to end the video in a way, because technically I could ramble on and on in a way, but that's what I'm kind of doing right now. So yeah, I want to thank everyone for coming out. We had Aaron come out, and anyone else that's literally dropped a like and subscribe. I just wanted to kind of do a short video in a way, because today is the anniversary of his passing. So, as I'm going to say now, rest in peace, Cody. You're never forgotten. That's all I'm going to say. You know, still one of the best damn roommates I ever had. And one of these days, we're going to be roommates again. I hate to tell you that, but technically, we're gonna be roommates again. You better literally save a goddamn spot for me up there, because I'm gonna literally come up there and I'm gonna be your damn roommate if you like it or not. But at the end of the day, until then, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Later, everyone.